So if you saw my community post, you will know that we are no longer just covering Hearthstone. Any other card game that I play, right now or in the future, I will be covering on this channel. Right now, we're just going to be covering Hearthstone and Marvel Snap, but that might change in the future. Marvel Snap has revealed a new pool of cards, or series of cards is what they call it. Series 4 and 5, and I'm going to be reviewing those cards in this video today. So starting off with Series 4, we have Absorbing Man. He costs 4 energy and has 3 power and reads, on reveal, if the last card you played has an on reveal ability, this card copies it. So essentially, Absorbing Man is doubling your on reveal effects like Wong, so technically, you could triple your on reveal effects now. So essentially, and this is not going to be the best example, but you could technically play Wong, Agent 13, and then Absorbing Man. And you would get 3 cards added to your hand from Agent 13's effect. And then of course you could play Odin on turn 6 and do it all again and get 6 cards in your hand. Of course, like I said, that's not the best example. I'm sure you could come up with something better, but right now that's what I'm thinking of. Another one that I'm thinking of is actually you can do Hobgoblin and then Absorbing Man, although, of course, Absorbing Man is not going to turn into a Hobgoblin. You're going to be giving your opponent a 4-3. Not going to be that great. But, of course, if Absorbing Man is buffed to more than 9 power, you can then Shang-Chi your opponent's Absorbing Man that you just gave them. That's kind of complicated, but you get the point. Up next, we have Agent COULSON, who costs 3 energy and has 4 power, and reads, on reveal, add a random 4 cost and 5 cost card to your hand. Now, a 4 cost card that I'm thinking of is possibly Hellcow, who says, like, on reveal, discard 2 cards from your hand, but of course it has 6 power. And a 5 cost card that I'm thinking of is Professor X, who reads ongoing, lock down this location. This is basically just another Agent 13, a little higher cost, but you get more value out of it. If if your deck is empty or something, you can play Agent COULSON and get more stuff to work with and possibly turn the game around. Quick little break to say that if you hear anything in the background, I'm sorry, we have a lot of family over. It's almost Thanksgiving. You know how all that is. So you're going to hear a lot of noise in the background, but I do apologize for that. Next up, we have Atuma. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I don't know a lot of Marvel people that, of course, hasn't appeared in the MCU. I'm a Marvel baby boy. But anyway, he is a 4 energy and a big old 10 power card. If you have another card here at the end of your turn, destroy this. So it's like Namor. It has to be alone in order to stay up. That's a pretty good card. Wouldn't run it a lot of the time, unless you're trying to dominate your opponent with like 3 cards or something like that. You can have 1 card at each location. But he has 10 power and would be cool if you can somehow double its power. There's a few locations that will double its power, I think. One that I'm thinking of is Shuri's Lab. Next up, we have Helicarrier, a 6 energy, 10 power card. Says, when you discard this, add 3 random cards to your hand. More card generation. I love card generation in Marvel Snap, honestly. Because, you're climbing the collection level, and you're just waiting to unlock certain cards. And maybe you'll get the card that you're looking for. Maybe you'll get something that can turn the game around. And card generation in Marvel Snap works weird, because you can actually get cards that are like in the files and in the game technically, but are not collectible yet. Like, I know I've been playing Agent 13, and sometimes they'll give me Thanos and Galactus, who is actually coming with Series 4 and 5, and I am very excited about that. So, card generation, a big boy with 10 power at 6 cost. I don't know if that'll be the best 6 drop for a game. Maybe if you have Limbo in the game, if you have the Limbo location, or you have, I can't think of the card right now, but it actually makes Limbo happen. It turns the location into Limbo. You probably know what I'm talking about. I'll throw it up on screen. But otherwise, 10 power, don't think that's going to win you the game most times. Sometimes it might, but who knows. this can just get Shang-Chi'd. Very good to pull that with Jubilee, though. So up next we have Luke Cage, a 2 energy, 1 power card with ongoing. Your cards can't have their power reduced. Awesome card, although if I'm going to run something like this that has this effect, I'll just use Colossus because his power can't be reduced. Plus he can't be destroyed, so that's a little bit better than Luke Cage, but Colossal might be a better run here because he has 3 power. Next up we have Maria Hill. I've heard of her. I can't remember if it's Mariah or Maria. I do apologize for that. But she is a 2 energy, 3 power card. On reveal, add a random 1 cost card to your hand. There's nothing much to say here. It's more card generation, which is cool. Although 1 cost cards, I don't know if you can get really good ones. You could probably get Agent 13 off of it and then get another good card off of Agent 13. You could get Deadpool, you could get Elektra, Hawkeye, Human Torch, Iceman, Iron Fist. Those are all really good 1-drops. If you're a Destroy deck, you can get Nova. Although I don't know if you're going to be running card generation in a Destroy deck. Another good one is Sunspot. That's won me a few games. Yeah, but card generation, a lot of fun. Mariah Hill. Up next we have M'Baku. M'Baku? I know who he is. I've seen him in Black Panther before. He is a 1 energy, 2 power card. If this is in your deck at the end of the game, it jumps to a random location. So, what I'm thinking is, I don't know if 2 power is going to win you the game, really. If there's a card that has, like, kind of like Iron Man's effect, but it, like, okay, Blue Marvel. That's what I'm thinking of, Blue Marvel. If you have Blue Marvel down, you can have M'Baku in your deck, and he'll jump out, he'll hopefully land. It don't matter where he lands, actually, because Blue Marvel actually covers the whole board, on your side at least. So he gets buffed to 4, and yeah, I think this is actually a pretty good card, now that I think about it. Yeah. Cool, I like M'Baku. I might run him in a... I don't know what deck I'd run him in, but I'd run him. He's pretty good. Oh, nice. We have a 6 energy, 9 power Orca. 69. And it has ongoing plus 5 power. If this is your only card here, again, I'm going to compare this to Namor, although it might be a better choice because it has 9 power and then it goes up to 14. Yeah, again, I don't know what deck you'd run this in, but it's pretty good. Maybe, I guess, an ongoing deck. Yeah. An ongoing deck, especially with like Blue Marvel and stuff that buffs up your board. Ironheart. Blue Marvel, I mean, Ironheart's on reveal, but still, it buffs. Well, might not hit it every time, but it'll hit it a few times. Up next, we have She-Hulk. A 6 energy, 10 power, and it says cost 1 less for each unspent energy last turn. So you could basically skip your 5th turn, and this will cost 1 energy. She-Hulk's really good, I would say, because you can then like combo her with other big cards, you know, other 5-drops, 4-drops, whatever. Yeah, really cool card. I think She-Hulk's gonna be a very good card, absolutely. And then the final card in the Series 4 is Titania. A 1 energy, 5 power card that says, when any card is played at this location, this card switches sides. What I'm thinking off the bat is you would want to nullify this effect with a card like Zero. Because it's a 1 energy, 5 power. Of course, there are stronger 1-drops like Ebony Maw, but with more of a downside, obviously. But Ebony Maw actually might be better in this case. Again, Zero can be used with Ebony Maw and Titania and nullify the effect, and it doesn't work. And you just have a bunch of power on turn 2, you know? So turn 1, play Zero. Turn 2, Titania and Ebony Maw. That's what I'm thinking. That's the combo I'm thinking of right now. Alright, let's get into Series 5 now. Up first with Series 5, we have Bast, a 1/1 on energy and power. We have on reveal, set the power of all cards in your hand to 3. If your opponent happens to play Korg and Rock Slide or one or the other and give you a bunch of rocks, you can have those on board, or not have those on board. You have them in your hand and then you play Bast, they become 3 power. But alternatively, you could also just play Ironheart or Blue Marvel. But yeah, this is actually pretty good. If you're running a bunch of small cards like 1-drops and stuff, then this will definitely be pretty good. And then you can, of course, top it off with Ironheart, top it off with Blue Marvel, whatever you need to do. Up next, we have the big man himself, Galactus. We've seen this card before. I've seen this card before. I've used this card before. His animation is sick, and I'll play it right now if you haven't seen it. But he is a 6 energy, 3 power card. Not the biggest card ever. I wish he had like 5 power, 6 power, but you can't complain. And it says, on reveal, if this is your only card here, destroy the other locations. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is when you destroy these locations, you're destroying the cards that are there as well. So, if your opponent is contesting 2 locations and doesn't have anything in the 3rd location, you play Galactus on turn 6. And if it's your only card there, you'll wipe out the board. Galactus will be the only thing there, and you win the game. That's about the only way I can think of to use him. I'm sure that's the only reason he was made, is to turn the game around just like that. And oh snap! But yeah, Galactus is a good game stealer. It really is. Up next, we have Shuri, a 4 energy, 2 power card. Says, on reveal, double the power of the next card you play. That is insanity. That is absolutely insane. So, I don't know why I'm thinking of this combo. But you can play Shuri on turn 4, skip your turn 5, and then drop Infinite. And then he's 40 power. Of course, we also have the location Shuri's Lab that you can do. And I can only imagine comboing Shuri with Shuri's Lab. Put Shuri in her lab, and I think that stacks? Correct me if I'm wrong. And then you could, of course, drop Infinite on turn 6 after you skip turn 5. And that would be, let's see, because it would double once, and then it would double again. So 80 power. Yeah, Shuri's a really good card. I think you're going to be seeing Shuri a lot when a bunch of people start unlocking her. I think if you're already really high on the collection level, and I think you're technically past the Series 4 and 5, you should already have Shuri automatically granted. I'm not sure about that. If Ben Brode, if you're watching this, please let me know how that works. I know Ben Brode mentioned that if you're really high on the collection check, if you're at least 500, you're going to be getting 3,000 collector's tokens, and that'll allow you to unlock cards you don't have. I don't know how that works with cards that you would get from, like, you know, caches or anything. I guess you wouldn't really get them. You just have to keep up unlocking reserves and caches. I don't know. Shuri's a good card. You're going to see her a lot. Up next, we have Super SKRULL, a 6/6 that reads, ongoing, has the ongoing effects of all enemy cards. A very niche card. I don't think you're going to be running this a lot unless, like, ongoing is, like, in the meta, you know? Unless, like, everybody's playing ongoing effects, you're not going to be really playing Super SKRULL, although it is a good 6-drop for 6 power. It's okay. You're not going to be getting the effect off very much, though. Up next, we have the other big boy himself, THANOS. I'm really excited for THANOS. 6 energy, 8 power. At the start of the game, shuffle the 6 Infinity Stones into your deck. So let me pull up the Infinity Stones, because I know what they are, forgot what they do. The 6 stones are, of course, the Mind Stone, the Power Stone, the Reality Stone, the Soul Stone, Space Stone, and the Time Stone. And what they do, starting off with the Mind Stone, is a 1 energy, 1 power. On reveal, draw 2 stones from your deck. I don't think these stones include rocks from Korg or Rock Slide. It's the Infinity Stone. You draw the 2 stones. You draw 2 stones. Yeah, pretty good. stone there. I mean, because Thanos is filling up your deck, and that would make it like a little bit less viable because you're not going to be drawing the things you want. But Mind Stone will help you get those stones out. You can run Wong in a Thanos deck, and you can have him down and then play the Mind Stone on top of him, and you'll draw 4 stones. Then you'll only have 1 stone in your deck. There's ways to get these stones out. Don't worry about that. Next up, we have the Power Stone. Ongoing, if you've played all 6 stones, Thanos has plus 10 power wherever he is. So that's even in his hand, at a location, even if it's a different location than the Power Stone. It kind of works like Thor, in a way. Thor and Mjolnir. Yeah, pretty good. If you played all 6 stones, you play that one last, of course, and 10 power. And you'll have 18 power. Up next, we have the Reality Stone. 1 energy, 1 power. On reveal, transform this location into a new one and draw a card. That's crazy. I actually like that. It works like Scarlet Witch. You play the Reality Stone, change this location to another random one, but you get the bonus effect of drawing a card, which is really cool. And you can draw a stone on top of that. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. I'm excited for Thanos. Up next, we have the Soul Stone. 1 energy, 1 power. On reveal, draw a card. Ongoing. Enemy cards here have -1 power. So, yeah, you just debuff them, basically. And you could stack that on top of cards like Scorpion, Hobgoblin. Although, if you do that with Hobgoblin, yeah, no, he'll just go down another. Instead of being a -8, he'd be -9. Okay. I don't know why I thought that would be reversed. But yeah, you stack it on top of stuff like that, and enemy cards will eventually be weak as hell. Next up, we have the Space Stone. 1/1. On reveal, next turn, you can move 1 card at this location and draw a card. So basically Nightcrawler's effect, but you could choose 1 card to move. And then you draw a card, of course. I like these draw cards. Thanos, I kind of wish you could run the stones without Thanos. And if you can, that's awesome. Because, you know, they're just good card draw. I don't think you'd be able to do that, though. If you are, that's insane. We need card draw. So, and then the next turn, you get +1 energy to work with. So turn 4, you play the Time Stone. On turn 5, you have 6 energy, and you can make you can play a 6 drop. Opponent can't. You overpower them. Play something like Iron Man, you steal the game. It's pretty crazy. That's it for the stones. We have one more Series 5 card here. Valkyrie. It's a 5 energy, 3 power card. On reveal, set all cards at this location to 3 power. So that's like Bast, right? It's kind of like Bast. Yeah, it's like Bast, except it affects the location instead of the cards in your hand. So that gives me an extra thought about Bast. I just thought something about Bast. You could have 0 power cards in your hand like Iron Man and give them 3 power, and then they double that. And bada bing bada boom, you got bigger energy. I love Marvel Snap. Oh my god. Sorry, I just had a freak out there. I really love Marvel Snap. Thanks, Ben Brode. You created something very cool, very awesome for us Marvel fans. And that's it for all of the cards that have been revealed. I'm very excited about all of these. I think they're going to be a lot of fun to play. And honestly, I don't know how I'm going to juggle Marvel Snap and Hearthstone, but damn it, I'm going to try. No. I think Marvel Snap will be at its peak when you can actually have a friend and battle them instead of having to, just rank all the time. But even right now, without that, it's really, really good. I'm very excited for the future of Marvel Snap. I really am. And right now, I can't really think of any characters I'd like to see in Marvel Snap because basically all my favorite Marvel characters are in the game. So what do you think about this update? It's looking very cool to me, very awesome. GG, Ben Brode. Also, fight me in Marvel Snap. I want to play you. I'm actually pool 3 right now. I'm at like 600 and something collection level. Still collecting cards, but I am excited for all of this. Seems like a lot of fun.